Hi, everyone. So, this reading today is going to be for anyone who's trying to claim your power, but you're not really sure exactly how to go about doing it, how to continue doing it, what steps to take. So, I'm going to do a 6 card spread for this reading. And the 6 positions are going to be for what needs more structure, what can you change, what should you ignore, what should you no longer accept, what needs your attention, and what should you protect. So I'll walk you through it as we go, but I just wanted to give you a general overview of what we're looking at and how you can claim or reclaim your power in all situations, but specifically whatever you are dealing with currently. So this is the position for what needs more structure, what can you change, what should you ignore, what should you no longer accept, what needs your attention, and what should you protect. So those are our 6 main positions for this spread. So then I'm going to add to each of these positions, I'm going to add a prism oracle card and an archetype card, and then we can get right into it. So I'll shuffle the archetypes. Oops. Let me not look at them yet. We'll look at them together. Okay, so for the position of what needs more structure, we have the Magician, Abundance, and the Empty Room. So what I get immediately from this, especially from the Magician, is that there is perhaps your self-care is coming through with what needs more structure, because I have these 2 dichotomy types of energies that are saying abundance and the empty room. So abundance and the Magician are all about having all of the resources you could possibly need right in front of you, on the table in front of you. But this empty room, and this is why I'm saying it feels like a dichotomy, the empty room is potential. So I think what this is really telling me is you may not be aware of all of the resources that are right in front of you and probably always have been. Perhaps you are a natural manifester. Perhaps you do have an abundance of something, but maybe you're just not recognizing what's right in front of you and the potential that you have with it. And so instead of looking at your room as an empty room, think of it as a full room. It's like this glass is half full, half empty type of thing, where it feels like you have more than perhaps what you recognize, or perhaps more than you know. And certainly you have the potential there, because the Magician is about potential and so is the empty room. But the Magician and abundance are both the same in the sense that you have a lot already. The resources are all there to work with, but perhaps you haven't really started working with those resources yet. So it feels like that may be the thing that needs a little more structure, or perhaps even more clarity. You may be, it may help you to look at what you have, look at the resources you already have, look at the potential you have, look what already exists, your skills, whatever that is for you, and really get more structured in the way you look at that. Get that more of a plan maybe about what you can do with your own personal power, strengths. Maybe even try to figure out what your strengths are, what your skills are, what your talents are. But this really feels like that needs more structure, is that you have a lot, but you've not really done anything with it yet, is what this is telling me so far. So as far as what can you change, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Success, and the Medallion. Sometimes this is about accepting help from other people. And that perhaps the success that you can gain, or this potential that we saw with the empty room, your potential for success could be in receiving help from other people. Also, being guided is in here. So it's almost like taking the advice of other people. So you may be the type of person who doesn't like to ask for help or feels like they don't need to ask for help. But it looks like in this case, where you can really step into your power and what you can change is perhaps learning how to ask for help and learning how to take credit for the successes you've already made. Maybe you're very humble about the things that you've already done, and that it's difficult for you to get compliments from people, let alone advice and help. So there is this feeling of something that you can change, is this acceptance of people around you. There are people around you who want to give you things, who want to guide you, who want to recognize you for the successes you've already made. And so I do feel that there is something there about you perhaps pivoting a bit when it comes to other people and accepting their help, accepting their compliments, and understanding that the potential that they probably already see in you that you might not see in yourself. And that would probably go a very long way in stepping into your personal power. So let's look at what you should ignore. So there's the Two of Pentacles, the womb, and happiness. I think this is saying to not distract yourself, because the Two of Pentacles can be about putting off the things that we know we should be doing by procrastinating and doing the things we want to be doing. Because I'm seeing happiness in the Two of Pentacles. So it is giving me the feeling of procrastination, or instead of doing the thing that you're meant to do, using your skills, using your talents, whatever that is, creating, being an artist, make that make sense for you. But instead of doing that, you tend to procrastinate and just do fun things. You might just sit and play video games, or you might just go and do something else rather than go out with your friends. I don't know. These are just random examples. Make it make sense for you. But instead of growing and generating and building the thing you're meant to build with the womb, it feels like you just distract yourself with those really quick, instantly gratifying types of things. And so this is really saying to, I think in order to really gain and step strongly into your power, is to ignore those things that give you instant gratification and start creating those things from scratch. Start creating from the seed with this womb card, the things that are going to set you apart, the skills that you were given, the God-given gifts you were given, to be able to put those forth into the world. And so again, I feel like that starts with asking for help, recognizing your success, allowing other people to tell you how successful you are, but also not spending so much time doing those pleasure-seeking things and focusing more on the work. And that's through your skills and your talents and creative abilities. So it feels like it will still give you pleasure, but it's a different kind of pleasure. And we now have two cards for the sacral chakra, and that is about creating. And we have the womb. So you're meant to create something. This is very clear. But you should ignore those pleasure-seeking things, those time-wasting things is what this is giving me. So what should you no longer accept? Nine of Swords, pain, and the Mountain. So this will be different for all of you, but there is something in your environment that has been a very long standing type of energy with the Mountain. It's been there a long time and it feels like it's never going away. And it has to do with stress and pain. So for some of you, this could be physical pain or physical stress. For others of you, this can be pain as far as heartbreak or difficult situations you've had to deal with, things that keep you up all night, pacing the floor at night. Nightmarish things is what this is giving with the Nine of Swords and pain. And with the Mountain, it feels like it's immovable. But with this being in the position of what you should no longer accept, the cards are telling me that you have more say in this than what meets the eye. And that it feels like you can be more willing to accept abundance and the good things into your life and accept less of whatever this is that's causing you pain. So for each of you individually, it's important to think about what's causing that pain and why it feels like it's immovable, but understanding that you have more control over this situation because the cards just told me. So if it's an environment that's causing you the pain, this is saying don't accept that environment anymore. Draw boundaries, do what you can to get out of it. Make that make sense for you. If it's a person who is causing you this pain, same idea. Break up with them, have a conversation with them, set boundaries with them. But this is very much saying that that pain that you feel that you have to accept into your life, that you have to be loyal to for some reason or another, that you must accept. This is saying, no, you don't have to. And not only that, but you should no longer accept this pain. So for what needs your attention, we have strength, intuition, and Thanatos. So this is very much about acceptance. This is a very receptive type of energy that's coming from these three cards. The Strength card is really telling me that there is, the universe is on your side. So we said, what needs your attention? And it feels like less ego and more intuition. That's what this is telling me with this combination. So there is a way, I think, with this Magician, Abundance, and Empty Room, which is where we started, it does feel like you are a highly intuitive person. And this is what this is telling me, that you're ignoring your intuition right now. And that may be part of what's happening here by these pleasure-seeking things that you're just looking for instant gratification, that by doing that, it's really tamping down your intuition. So this will require, with the Strength card, it will require your strength in saying no to whatever these fast-seeking pleasures are. So if it's alcohol, if it's food, if it's games, if it's shopping, if it's friends, if it's lovers, if it's just whatever distractions that you have in your life, it's going to take strength to release those things. It's almost like this devil energy where you feel attached to something, and you feel like you can't release it. But that's saying that once you have the strength to release that, then that's when your intuition is really going to be blown open. And that's when you can really start to receive the information that wants to come in, that wants to come through. So you can really step into your power and do the things you are meant to do. So then finally, for what should you protect? We have the Fool, Rejection. So we now have another sacral chakra card, and the Nectar. So what you need to protect is not being seduced by other people. The Nectar and Rejection together are saying that you perhaps look for validation from other people, and you cannot claim your own personal power if you're too busy looking for validation from other people. And so I think that that is the thing that needs to be protected here, is that you, with the Fool card, know your own potential. You know what your value is. You know what your self-worth is. You know that what you can do to transform, you know that that lies within you. And this is about integrating mostly these talents and skills that we saw in the very first position, that once you understand what your own potential is, what your own self-value is, what your talents, what your skills are, and you start really going forward, because the Empty Room and the Fool are both about potential. And so is the Magician. So this is about you not needing, protect yourself from seductive energies of needing validation, and worse, feeling that rejection is a reflection of you, because it never is. Rejection is never a reflection of you, even though it feels like it in the moment. But we are getting all of these sacral chakras. We have 3 of them now, and there's a lot of orange coming through in these cards as well. So this is really telling me that you are meant to create something. And once you start doing that, you will start claiming your power. You will step into your personal power. You will know why it is that you're here and what you're meant to do. and you'll be able to accept the compliments from other people. You'll be able to detach from whatever these low energy vibes might be. You'll be able to really no longer accept the people, places, or things that cause you pain in your life. And certainly you'll stop needing outside validation from other people. So this is really about you taking a chance on yourself and coming back to this first set of cards. The Magician, Abundance, and the Empty Room is really all you need to know. Get more structure on your talents, your skills, get a plan, get organized, start implementing it, get help from others. And I feel like you're going to be very much solidly on your way to stepping into your personal power. So that is your reading for anyone who's trying to claim your power. Please let me know how this was resonant for you. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.